5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello and welcome to the first episode of
This Month in American Rally!
We're Canadians! We're going to be reviewing America's snowiest rally.
Snow
Bringing you some interviews, some good car action, so stay tuned.
Yeah!
Thank you. Snowdrift is America's premier all-snow event held in and around Atlanta, Michigan. This year, with the absence of some of the big names, it was a platform for others to perform and put on a show for the fans. Drivers like Brenton Kelly, Art Grushka, and Pat Morrow give the fans plenty to cheer about all weekend. With newcomers Sean McDonald and Joel Krumbach in their 96 Honda Civic, who took the two-wheel drive top spot on their first attempt, showed that new blood is always good for the sport. They were closely followed by Justin Collian and Daniel Guerin in a 2013 Fiesta, and third was Micah Nicholson and Tyler Potasek in their 87 Golf GDI. Your SP class podium consisted of Nathan Usher and Mariana Langosh in their 02 WRX wagon. Second was John Kramer and Jared Lancey in their 93 Heavy Metal Edition Subaru Impreza, and third was Zachary Whitebread and Alan Piper in their 94 Subaru Impreza RS. The overall win was taken by Art Grushka and Lucas Vronsky in their Green Apu 2014 Mitsubishi Mirage RS, followed by Reed Andrews and Neil Moser in their 2003 WRX, and the podium was rounded off by Nathan Usher and Mariana Langosh in their 02 WRX wagon. It's now time to catch up with one of the friendliest drivers on the rally circuit. Yes, I'm talking about John Kramer of Heavy Metal Motorsports. John had an awesome snowdrift and looked to have mastered the snowy and icy road conditions, but who missed out on the top spot thanks to the snowy banks of Atlanta. Here's what he had to say about the event in his own words. Good evening, John. Welcome to This Month in American Rallying. We're really glad to have you on our episode, and thank you for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Good. All right, first off, you have to give us a rundown of your spin at Snowdrift. I mean, I saw the video of it. That looked wicked fun. Definitely awesome from the outside, but I bet you there were some hairy moments on the inside, yeah?
You know, if we hadn't talked about the spin earlier, I'd have to ask you which one.
Yeah.
We probably were times like that.
Sure.
That one we got busted. It was in the spectator zone. So,
right.
And I don't remember. I feel like inside the car probably wasn't that crazy on that one.
Right.
One after that, it was in the woods. No one else was there, but I really was waiting for the crunch of the trees.
Right.
To happen.
Right.
But that one there was crazy just because that stage, I never remember stage names, but I named them in Recce, and I think I called that Crestzilla or something.
Of course.
The spectators don't see it, but before that intersection, there's probably a mile long of just crest after crest that you're flat out in fourth gear and jumping and flying through this really narrow section of trees. And then all of a sudden there's a crest downhill into a T intersection.
Oh, okay.
You have a ton of speed to scrub off. What I was doing there, I'm not going to claim that it was, I intended to do the spin, but I did intend to use the snowbank. I was trying anything I could to slow down.
Of course.
Much speed on the hill.
Sure.
And just got into the snow, started rotation, and which was fine. I knew it, and I threw it in the second gear, and normally I can clutch kick it and keep the engine going, because when you hit the brakes, it locks up and shuts the engine down. But unfortunately I didn't, so when we got to where I was just waiting for the opening, waiting for the exit of the road. Solid gas, and the car's dead. And Jared's like, it's stalled, it's stalled.
Right.
Start up. That's why it was a little slower exit than we really wanted, but it could barely have worked out better.
That sounded like you had a fun time going through that whole thing, all those motions in your head, and definitely trying to keep it on the road at the same time. So
Yeah, use every bit of help when you can't stop, because that was super icy and it's downhill. So there's no way to
Sure.
stop if you try to use your tires.
absolutely. So let's take it back to day two, I believe. You were first on you were first on the road on day two. Tell me about that, because being in a Rally America event, a national event, being first on the road, the Higgins and the Pastranas were not there. What's that feeling like? How was it?
It's a great feeling. I'm excited because you're at the front, but there's also the thing that's bad about it is there's no one to set the pace. Like, you don't have, and then on simple things, like, you don't know when you should be putting your helmet on, or when you should be, should my car be running now? Like, that's the luxury you have of being further back.
Sure.
Higgins started his car, we should start thinking about starting ours, where we're the guy that sets all that. And then the other crazy part is it snowed overnight Friday, so there was just fresh snow and everything. Then no tracks other than probably zero, like the sweep car.
Sure.
But I actually liked that. I was worried about it ahead of time, like, what's it going to be? Am I going to be able to? But it was nice. It was like blank canvas. The only funny thing in my own head was there were a couple sections that took turns a little too hot and like
Bumped the banks. Yeah.
And then we came back through the second time, like, I saw big body prints of other people.
They followed your tracks, yeah.
It was kind of funny. So as I would make mistakes, I was like, oh man, somebody's going to get it.
Right. Yeah, that's it. I guess on the second runnings of these stages, it definitely gives you that level of confidence or insecurity as well. Maybe it depends on how you are. But yeah, I mean, with something like Snowdrift, the banks are your friends or your foes, and it was your foe at one point, wasn't it? What happened there?
And that wasn't even it wasn't it was a snow bank, but it was a mud berm bank. We led, I think it was stage 10, the super special, went into there, and I had nothing to prove. I did not want to go fast for the super special. It was the second turn we wrecked on, so the first turn we took super slow and still slid way out as it's super icy. Then as we came around the second turn, just kind of caught a rut, which bounced us into this kind of mud chunky berm on the left hand side, and just couldn't get off of it. We pulled the wheel in, the car got high centered, and the back end spun, and that was it. And that was the end of our lead, and I knew no one was going to pull over to help us. Like,
Yeah.
There's no one that's going to pull over to help us.
No.
Front.
Yeah.
And so I just started digging. I was jumping in the trunk, digging, doing everything I could.
Yeah.
We got out, but it took us 8 minutes to run a stage. It should have taken us a minute and a half.
Yeah.
We lost about 1.5 minutes there.
Most of the people who followed Snowdrift, over the weekend, saw or knew what happened as a result of it. But do you want to tell us what happened to you from that lead, and what did you lose from that?
Well, I mean, I lost someone told me, I think Brent Kelly pulled me aside. He's like, yo, congratulations, you won day one. And they was like, no one's ever won a national event in an open light car. Making history right now. It's kind of cool, but that was not that it was a weight on me or anything.
Right.
Pretty interesting to think. So I wanted it. I thought, well, it'd be good to win this and bring it home. And really, when I got stuck, like, I wish there was something to be mad at other than myself. Like, it wasn't a bad note. We weren't going back into something. We didn't break the car. It was just a simple little thing that it just really is aggravating. It took me a long time to shake it. But the best part of it is I was no longer in the front, and I think I'm much better as an underdog. I know that there's someone to catch in front.
Catch in front, yeah.
So it just motivates me. I think we won some stages that day after we were.
Sure. Well, absolutely. But it was a good learning experience for sure. Definitely. It sounds like it. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've had that lesson before and I haven't learned from it. I'm sure Jared would agree. I just always feel bad for my crew and definitely my co-driver when I do something like that, because it's
a team effort, and yeah, absolutely. So now that the first event of the season is done, Snowdrift came and went. What is in store for Heavy Metal Motorsports this year? What's next? Where are we going to see you next?
I'd love to be heading with you up to Canada.
Yeah.
To the Bruce Lee's event, but it's just there's just not enough time. I wish these guys could get it a little more spread out. Realistically, the next one is Waste Management Winter Rally. I also want to do the Southern Ohio Rally. It sounds really fun. Well, Justin Pritchard is in charge of it, and like I said, I trust his judgment. He's a fast guy, and I think likes similar things. I think that'll be a good event, and obviously STPR is a favorite, and so those three are kind of the next deal. But definitely Waste Management Winter. If they get some snow and car re-prep, it sounds a little sick after
Snowdrift.
I think I can probably. Yeah, it's making some new sounds. Check it out and make sure it's.
All right, very good. Yeah, thank you very much, John. I really appreciate this. This was a great conversation, and good luck for the rest of the season. And I'll see you out there, hopefully on the stages myself as well. Otherwise, if not, then I'll be behind the camera. So, all right, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. John had an awesome event, as you just heard. But if it wasn't for those darn snowbanks, he would have been celebrating a national podium victory. Good luck to John and his team at Heavy Metal Motorsports for the rest of the season. That brings us to the end of our first episode, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to support this web series by liking, subscribing, and sharing each episode on your social media. Stay tuned for our February episode, where I shall review and bring you all the action from Personnage and Maniwaki, Quebec, ARA's first rally on their calendar, and NASA Rally Sports Raceway Park Rally Sprint from New Jersey. Keep a shiny side up till then, and keep sending in your videos and interviews if you want them to be featured on the show. Ciao!